Do you dream of living in a coastal city with breathtaking views, but when you crunch the numbers, it seems impossible to achieve? In this video, I'll introduce you to a hidden gem in the heart of the Mediterranean Sea, one that rivals destinations like Mykonos, the Amalfi Coast, and Saint-Tropez, but it's accessible at a fraction of the cost. Join me and a group of investors from the United States as we explore properties for sale, understand the real estate dynamics of this charming coastal town, and see firsthand what I and other investors have achieved in this incredible waterfront town. If you love coastal cities, it's natural to dream of owning a property someday in an iconic place like the Bahamas, Miami, or perhaps even further away like Mykonos or Monaco. Why? Because these destinations are heavily featured in movies, social media, and advertisements. However, when we start researching these locations, we quickly realize they are usually far beyond our financial reach and the dream fades. As you know, there are many more places in the world than those beautiful cities. When traveling, I'm always on the lookout for affordable alternatives, especially in Italy. That's when I discovered this awesome place, a coastal town named Castellamare del Golfo, located on the island of Sicily, just half an hour from the capital, Palermo. This charming town of only 15,000 residents stands out for its easy access to the sea, welcoming community, and like the rest of Italy, its outstanding cuisine. I loved it so much that I immediately started my hunt, later investing in a restoration project that is now ready to start operating as an Airbnb whenever I'm not spending my time there. Actually, I did it together with a group of my followers. Me and 6 other people pulled together our resources to take on this shared dream. If you'd love to do the same, check out the link below for more information on the next project that I'll be working on, but more on that later. The idea seems dreamy, but as with anything that seems perfect, there are important aspects to consider which might not be as appealing to everyone. For instance, being a tourist town, it operates only on a seasonal basis. During the winter, the influx of visitors drastically decrease. Additionally, most of the people you encounter are transient tourists, so if you're hoping to immerse yourself in an authentic Sicilian community, this might not be the best option, as Castellamare del Golfo attracts people from all over the world. By comparison, country towns like Sicily, where I've helped other people buy homes, offer a more resident-oriented experience. The local community is predominantly made up of permanent residents who quickly make you feel at home with their warmth and kindness. However, Castellamare del Golfo still presents a solid investment opportunity. Unlike Sicily, where purchasing a property might be more of a passion project, here it's possible to achieve economic gains from your investment. We have arranged a real estate tour to check out 3 properties in need of renovation here in the historic area. Also, the real estate agent said she had something special on the books for us, so I can't wait to see what she has. We met with the group and the real estate agent outside the hotel where they were staying and started our journey from there. The first property was located on the same street as the hotel, just a few blocks uphill. Along the way, we noticed several properties with for sale or for rent signs and numerous real estate agencies scattered throughout the area. This gives us a clear understanding that opportunities were indeed present. There was clear supply and demand in this market. Finally, we arrived at the property and began the tour. I only invest in properties that are distressed and was anxious to see how much work this property would need. The apartment featured several bedrooms and bathrooms across 2 floors. And while it required restorations, its overall condition wasn't that bad. Now, that property was about 2,500 square feet spread across 2 floors within a common building. Now, the distribution felt very comfortable. It had a lot of historic features, older Italian tiles, high ceilings, but there's a problem there. The roof needs to be redone and the facade has to be redone. So that's automatically going to add about $100,000 to the purchase price of that property, which was a total of $180,000. And then that hasn't even started what you need to budget to restore that property to rentable, livable standards. So overall, I like the property, but I think it's a pass for me. We continued on to the second property of the tour, located just around the corner from the first. We just arrived at property number 2, and I'm kind of excited about this one because it's right across the street from one of the parks that overlooks the port. And this is where a lot of the action is at night. It's a perfect location for short-term rentals. But the only problem is that there's usually a live band out here every night, so I don't think that's going to fly too well with whatever guests are staying, because that band is going to go to about midnight or 1 a.m. on any given night during the season. But we're going to go inside, check it out, see how does it compare to property number 1, and if this is a better deal for us. Walking in, the first thing I noticed was that the property was in excellent condition. The kitchen was fairly new and presented well. The bathrooms were well maintained and the bedrooms were spacious. Additionally, it featured a main living area that was significantly larger than the standard that we're used to seeing in Sicilian cities. Although it was very nice and well located, I had my doubts about this particular property. So what do you think about that property?
Well, I like the fact that it has high ceilings, it's very luminous, like big windows. Overall, I think that it's in good condition, but I think it's overpriced.
Yeah, I think so too. The problem that I have with it is that it's right over the amphitheater in the back and the front at night. They have live music, so imagine having guests there or even living there yourself, having to listen to a band every freaking night. It's not something I would recommend, but the proportions of the apartment, again, I liked it. The condition was fairly good. I felt like it just needed to be brought up to modern standards. So for this one, it's kind of half and half for me. On the way to the third property on the tour, we noticed that it was a bit farther away from the first 2 properties that we saw that were located right in the tourist center. This area felt quieter and less busy, more my style. Actually, it's close to my own property here in Casalmare del Golfo. Upon arriving, the immediate observation was that this townhouse was in very good condition. Being smaller than the previous 2 properties in floor area, it felt cozier and well suited for a family summer home. It featured a couple of bedrooms, small bathrooms, and an open space that seemed to combine the kitchen dining area as well as the laundry space. The price was approximately $160,000 US, which I found to be reasonable considering its condition and the minimal renovations that it would require. We had a lot to think about. Although these projects can be exciting to take on, acquiring this type of responsibility isn't for everybody. It's important to understand the dynamics of these towns. This isn't America, so you shouldn't expect things to work the same as it does right here in the States. Renovating a property from a distance can be challenging, and if you're not familiar with the local culture, you're going to be dealing with a bit of a culture shock. I did my best to provide the investor group with a clear, comprehensive perspective of what comes along with buying homes in Italy. For example, for the few days that we were there, I arranged for them to meet with a lawyer who explained critical aspects such as obtaining a codice fiscale, which is basically a tax identification number, residency policies, and navigating the bureaucratic process in this real estate market. Our goals were simple. It was to accurately set expectations and help buyers approach their investments properly. To conclude our tour, the agent had arranged a visit to a fully operational bed and breakfast located right next to the townhouse that we just visited. She wanted to show us what can be achieved with vision and a little TLC. This is Taman, a bed and breakfast operated by the owner and his trusty manager. It has 3 floors. On the first, you find the reception area and a small 5-table restaurant highlighting historical touches like the arches of the property that are part of the original structure. On the second floor, there are a couple of beautiful rooms with their own bathrooms. And on the third floor, another room with a bathroom and spectacular communal terrace with a sea view. It's an aspiring place that was transformed from a ruin into something remarkable by the owner who had inherited the property and saw its great potential. And now, to wrap things up, it's time to show you what I personally achieved here in this coastal town with the help of you guys as visionary investors. Let's take a tour of a recently completed project and see what's possible when people come together and make things happen. Walking into the ground level, what you'll find is that you walk directly into one of the first apartments. You walk right into the kitchen, and when you're walking right past the kitchen, there's a small living area. That living area was designed so that it could flex into its own kind of bedroom. So imagine this first level being more like a studio apartment. It has everything that you need: a kitchen, a bathroom, a working area, and also a place that is your living space / flexes into a bedroom itself. When I was purchasing this house, one of the first things that I noticed was that there was the ability to convert this into a multi-unit home. Why? Because there's a separate exterior door that leads straight to the staircase. And what I saw was the potential to block off the connection point between the first floor and the staircase
and have the additional floors serve as their own unit. Walking up the stairs, you walk directly into the living area. This living area is also configured as a kitchen, and there's the ability to eat directly in that room as well. On this level, over to the right side of the home, is a full bathroom, as well as another queen-size bed and its own bedroom. The cool thing about this room is that it has its own balcony, and the views are pretty good from the apartment, where if you look to your left, you get the mountain view, and down to the right, you get port views. So you're able to walk out here, get a sense of what the weather is going to be like for the day. Usually it's sunny, blue sky, so it's a nice addition to have. By walking upstairs, I'm able to access the other level that has an additional master suite on there, as well as the rooftop terrace. So once you walk up the stairs, you have the decision to go into the bedroom and bathroom, or you could hang a left and walk directly out onto the terrace. The bathroom's a full bathroom with standing shower. The bedroom also has a queen-size bed and a balcony, or that access to the terrace, where again, you're able to get views of the port, views of the mountain, and have some more living space on the exterior. You could have your lunch out here, your breakfast, your coffee, read a book, etc. It's a great space just to get some fresh air and get out of the house. Now, this property has come a long way from its very start. When we got this home, it was in terrible shape. And together with my contractor, Luca, and my architect, Irene, we were able to put together a plan and a vision for this property that really made the house a little bit more modern, but kept a lot of the Sicilian charm, because it is in a tourist town. It's a great place to visit, and we wanted people to feel like they are in a historic city.
If you're ready to take the next step and get a home in coastal Italy, you can get in contact with me or join our very next project. Over the years, I've been able to put together an incredible team of professionals to assist me with turning my wild ideas into a reality. This year, Irene and I are hunting for our next bigger and better project, and hope to be bringing more of the people we've met over the years along for the ride. To participate in the next deal, you can email me at italy@entplife.com. You could also join our next real estate investment tour that literally takes you along my path of falling in love with Italy while getting to see the projects that we are investing in. If you want to know how this all got started, check out this video where I began my journey touring €1 homes in Sicily. Don't miss out on the next opportunity to live your dreams.
Grazie.